Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. Today is day 8 of our 2-week challenge, so we only have one more day after this. But then next Monday, we'll have a whole new set of challenges with a new host. But this one is almost wrapping up, which is bittersweet, but I am excited to see you guys. Welcome everyone in the chat. We've got Corby, Oksana, Aaron, Joshua, Rosie, welcome everyone, Sam, Robert. Awesome. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm a little tired today, so just if I look a little tired, I am. All right, so let's go ahead and hop on over to Behance and we can go ahead and get started and see what today's challenge is. So if you want to follow along with me, this is behance.net/challenge/XD. And today is a fun one. We're going to be working on a school portal. So of course, if you're not already registered, go ahead and sign up with this big blue button right here. And each day at 8 a.m. you'll get a notification in your Creative Cloud app up here that there's a new challenge and that you should come on back here and see what it is. So these are all of the challenges that we have worked on last week and this week, but today we're going to be designing an online portal for a history class or whatever class you want, where students can find the syllabus, some homework, whatever you think would be important for a student to know. I haven't been in school for like 5 or 6 years now. I think I graduated, 6 years now, showing my age. So hopefully I will do okay at this design. All right, but we're gonna use the drag and drop feature to quickly create student profiles. And if you haven't used that one before, it's just where you pull up your Finder, you have a bunch of your images already selected, and then you can just pop them in and it will automatically distribute all of those photos in your shapes. So it's super easy. Just kind of a relaxing one today. And of course, if you'd like to grab this starter file, you can hit that Get Started button, and this will bring you to Dropbox, and you can just hit download, direct download, and that will give you this starter file that looks a little something like this. So since I always give you guys a sneak peek, this is what we're going to be working on today. I'm not sure which one I like better, but maybe you guys can help me decide. Pretty similar here, but just this centerpiece is a little different. So yeah, school portal, just somewhere for students to find like their schedule, like this down here, maybe chat with other students, see what their homework is. So just a fun sort of desktop website today. That's what we're going to be working on. And as always, if you missed any of these streams, you can always go back and rewatch all of them by just hitting the watch video button there. And of course, I'm live every day at 2 p.m. Pacific. So be sure to tune in every day. And then, of course, if you do want feedback on your work, you can post it in Discord. So this is the link to sign up to Discord. Just scroll to the bottom of this Behance page here, and you can sign up right there. And Discord is just, you can add a bunch of servers on here. There's a Photoshop one, Illustrator one. I'm not sure, I'm sure there's more. But this is the XD server, and you can check through all of these different channels over here. You can see like when we're going live and stuff. But definitely check out the current challenge channel, because you can also, aside from getting feedback on your work from our mentors over here, you can see who's online. You can also check out what everyone else is working on, see their designs for this week. And I gotta say, I loved this one. Julie just shared this, and we'll look at some of these towards the end of the stream. But this was the smoothie drink app from yesterday, and she did like a Halloween theme. So cute. I love this. Anyway, so we'll look at those more towards the end, but let's go ahead and get started in XD. All right, welcome everyone. Hey Richard, welcome in. We've got Chris, Aaron. Awesome. So yeah, drag and drop feature. So let me show you that before we kind of dive in. So basically, if you have, let me show you, just any group of shapes. Let me change this to a different color so you can see. Let's say you have a repeat grid like this. So you've got a ton of different shapes and you want to fill these all in with some specific images that you already have saved. All you have to do is come over to your Finder and make sure you navigate to your correct folder. I think it was in here, yes. So just save a folder with whatever, images. I'm just calling this profile pictures. And if you select all of them, this is just some emojis that I already saved, and drag them into one of those shapes, it will automatically repeat and fill in all of those that you have. So kind of makes things a little bit quicker and easier. So that's the drag and drop feature. And here's some inspiration. Like I mentioned, if you want to show like a calendar or a schedule of the students, what their classes are coming up, their homework, their teacher, some of their classmates. So feel free to add whatever you think would be useful to a student. And then of course we've got the resource booklet down here, so you can hop through some of these different tabs. And today's tip is really just about the drag and drop feature. Yeah, I already went over that. So nothing too crazy today. But I'm really just going to be focusing on one artboard today. I'm not going to go too much into the prototyping tab since we're just focusing on drag and drop. But let's get started. So I'm doing 1920 by 1080, and I'm going to start with just kind of adding some like subtle background colors. Let's do a light blue that I already have saved a few colors over here. So I'm going to add a menu over here. Actually, let's make these a little bit lighter. All right, so we'll just give this a title of whatever your portal is called. I'll just say school portal. Straightforward and to the point. And let's make this, let's see, pretty big. Since this is like the title of the whole site, bring that up a bit. And I kind of want this to be all lowercase. I think it's a little bit more friendly when things are all lowercase instead of using caps. And then let's add the logo. This will be just a little graduation cap. Kind of cute there. All right, so below this will be our navigation. So usually for navigation, I only want to show like 5 or so different icons. Otherwise, if you do more than that, it gets a little too overwhelming, and you might want to just put things in like a drop down if there's more than 5. So let's add a few of these. So I've already prepared these. Let's add a home icon. Zoom in a bit. We can add a lesson icon. Actually, let's add the text first, so we can decide what icons to use. So I'll start with lesson, and that is way too big. So let's make it a little smaller. And of course, again, I'm using Sophia ProSoft. I mean, it's perfect for kind of like a friendly, playful student vibe since it has the rounded corners on the edges. Just kind of playful, not super serious. So this will be lessons, curriculum. I think that should be fine, actually. Homework, of course, that's super important, and maybe schedule. And then I'm just leaving a spot at the top here for home because I want that to look like it's selected. So just have it a little bit thicker and bold font instead. Yes, Richard said, love Sophia Pro. One of my favorites. I use it way too often. Okay, so this one will be the homework icon. Let's see, schedule and curriculum. And then, I mean, all of these, again, you don't have to get them exactly manually horizontally or vertically distributed, because you can just come over here in your align panel up here and then just hit this distribute vertically, and it will automatically choose how much spacing to add in between each of those. So I use that all the time. Let's kind of center that. Okay, so that side looks pretty good. I might save a space down here for like what your average is, what the student's grade average is. And let's see, I wanted to add this little trophy. Let's say if they have like an A+ or something, they get a trophy. And let's add a drop shadow. Guys, I feel like I used to be doing flat just like for 6 months, like no drop shadows, and now I'm just using drop shadows all the time. Just gotta flip-flop sometimes, you know? All right, so let's say A+ average right here, and we'll center this. And I want to make this black. That's nice. And then below that, we'll just give a little description. So we'll say, let's make this a little smaller too. Like your average for all of your classes is A+. Great job. Give them a little pat on the back there. And let's see. A little bit smaller. I don't want this to be the main focus, so that's why I'm kind of messing with that text right there. And then I think just below that, a way to kind of click into this whole card right here and see maybe all of their tests that they can review and see what all of those grades were. So we've got a little arrow icon right here, and then I'll just group all of those together. Command G to group. So that menu looks good on this left side. Let's move these up a bit. Okay, so let's start on the center area. So this is going to be your like homework maybe and your schedule. Let's start with your schedule. And I think I want to put this down here. Your schedule. Yeah, I'll leave it up here. And this we can leave pretty big since it's a title. That looks good. Left align it like right here maybe. And then we'll leave room for search up at the top right. So we'll kind of align that with this, the top of that right there. And then the search, I'll just give a little background, just the same color as this over here. Something subtle. And I can group those two together. Cool. All right, so below your schedule, now this I just want to be a list of all of our classes and maybe like what the lessons are. So let's just start with like 8 a.m., and we'll make this pretty small. See, the problem is I saved all of these, all of these different character styles, and then I can never remember like what I want to use it for. So just gotta kind of mess around, test them out. And I think I want that to be a little bit darker, so let's bring this down a bit. And I'll make this bold. Okay, so I can group that. And that, I just want to do a repeat grid since it'll be pretty much the same for all of our hours of the day. And then we can just go in here. We'll say 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. And I think I'll just leave it at that for now. We can always add more if we want. Okay, so maybe 8 a.m. we have geometry. So we'll add a card right here from 8 to 9. And since I'm keeping with the rounded corners, we'll keep that. And we'll make this blue. And I think I want to add some lines here just in the background to kind of help go next to each of those time slots. So let's just make the border the same color as this so it kind of blends in. And same thing here, lots of repeat grids today. We can bring this down a bit. And just make sure it matches up like right in the middle of each of those. And then I'll send this behind that card. And then we can say geometry, and let's make this white. And I'll bring this down to like 10. Oh, that's too small. Maybe 15. That looks good. Bring that right here. And then we'll just say below that 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Cool. Maybe we'll make this a little darker. this can be bold. Generally, when I have two lines of text next to each other, one I always like to keep like the header, so that can be bold and whatever is like most contrast between the background. And then what's below it, I always usually bring it down to the light or whatever is like the thinnest font. And then I'll usually bring down the opacity a little bit, just so there's some contrast between that top header and the bottom subtext. So let's center that. That looks good. And then on the left, I've got some very cute little emojis. So let's see. For geometry, I've got this ruler. Thought that was cute. And then same thing here. We can group this. And actually, I'm not going to do a repeat grid for this. Let's just copy and paste it. All right. So this one we can make maybe purple. And instead here, this can be history. And this will be 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And here we'll bring this little Roman Colosseum sort of look for history class. Like, I would have loved to have a portal like this when I was in school. They were always just so terrible. Okay, that's more like 9:30, but whatever. Okay. And then another one. Again, we can use the vertical distribute after we're done, kind of spacing all of these out afterwards. So don't worry about getting it too pixel perfect there. This can be science. And we'll bring over a little DNA sort of emoji there. Cute. Just looking at the chat here if you guys have any questions. Richard said, I remember when public school for me used to finish at 3 p.m. Yeah, and I used to get up at like 7 a.m. because we would have to drop my brother off at school, and those were long days. Okay, and now I will let's do a red, and this can be English class, and then we'll just do some books. I don't know. We did a lot of reading in English class, reading all the classics. Okay, so that part looks good. Now on this right side here, I want to add some different lessons. So let's copy this text, and maybe for geometry, let's make this. I don't want it to be bold. This can be lesson, so maybe lesson 14. Copy and paste that, and we'll say geometry and make this regular. And then just, I want these to kind of be matching with the same color. So I'll bring this down to like 15 or so. And then just align it right there, kind of with geometry. And same thing under here. Can add some, just whatever that lesson is about. So, oh gosh, I don't even remember geometry. It was so long ago. All right, so let's just go into our plugins here, and we can do fill with placeholder text with our Lorem Ipsum plugin. And that looks nice. Maybe I'll bring this down just a tad, and we can leave it like that. And then I'm just going to copy and paste another one of these. It might be a little hard to see for you guys, but it's just some divider lines there. And then I'm gonna group all those together, copy and paste this, and space this out a little bit more. And this can be history. We'll make this purple. And then same thing, we'll just continue down. This one can be science, right there. And this one can be English. And we'll make this the red. Reading a book, whatever the book was, I don't know. Let's see, history can be about Roman civilization, and science, photosynthesis or something. Photosynthesis, okay. And I think I'm actually just gonna use a repeat grid for all of these and bring them down just so it looks like, hey, we have a lot of classes today. this would be a very full day. Okay, let's group all of those, and same thing, just we can do repeat grid. All right, so lastly, over here, let's say we want to add some students. We haven't even gotten to our drag and drop yet. So this is where the students maybe can chat. So let's add, I'll just fill this in so you guys can see it a little bit better. It doesn't really matter what the fill color is because we're gonna replace it in just a second. So let's add repeat grid here. Maybe this is where students are like chatting about homework or, you know, questions for the teacher or whatever. So if you come over to your Finder, and like I mentioned, just navigate to wherever you saved all of your, if it's Adobe stock photos or, you know, memojis like this, whatever you want, and just drag them all, select them and drag them into your repeat grid. Or even if it's just one shape too, that would totally work. But there you go, voila, it'll automatically fill all of them in. And let's add, let's say they're chatting about some homework over here. So we can say, what are they chatting about? Let's just copy this text right here. They've got some questions about the homework. I'll just put that right there, make this a little chat bubble. And then I actually want the bottom left to look like it's just 90 degrees. And then I'll bring this down a little bit. And yeah, okay, that looks good. Group those two. And we can just use our repeat grid here. That'll be fine. Obviously you would want to change all of these if you had a little more time, but just for our explanation here. Woo, we did a lot. The only thing that I maybe also want to add here is like settings, let's see, or notifications. Maybe it's a message from your teacher or something. So let's add those two here. And then maybe like more info about like your profile or settings there. All right, so there's our fun little school portal. Like I would have loved to have this when I was in high school. But yeah, see what you guys come up with. I'd love to see. Definitely try the drag and drop. And, you know, if it's memojis or like your class icons or, you know, your teacher's profile, that would be cool too. So let's go ahead and Command S to save. And if you want to, you can go ahead and file export up here just as a PNG, or if you do add any triggers in your prototype tab, you can go over here to your play icon and then record, press that record button, and you, whatever you tap around, it will save that, and you can save it as an MOV file wherever you want. Cool, so let's check, see if you guys had any questions. Yes, it's 1920 by 1080. This is this web. If you want to do mobile or something, that's fine too. Julie said, wish I had this type of portal. I know, me too. Rosie asked, do you make all the Animoji? They're so adorable. These are just like some of the ones from my phone. You can like change all of your glasses and stuff, and then if you just save it as an image, you can add it in here. So if you have an iPhone, you can make those too. Yes, okay, cool. So let's go ahead and look at some of you guys' work. One of my favorite parts. Oh, also, if you are uploading as a case study to Behance, make sure you go into your edit button over here and then go over to settings, and under project tags, please add that keyword XD daily challenge so that way I can find your work and give you feedback if you'd like it on Behance. All right, so I'm searching XD daily challenge, and let's look at 2 or 3 of these since we have a little bit of time. All right, so yesterday we worked on the eye widget. So resting your eyes, taking a break every, 30 minutes or so, and just a reminder. So this was like in the desktop menu up there. And this one is by Masoom. So let's take a look. All right, we've got our little drop down. Start some exercise. Cool. Ooh, I love that. And the challenge was to use sound. I don't think I hear any sound in this one, but I do love the animations here with the eyes opening and closing and this little circle going around. Great job using auto animate there. That looks awesome. Yeah, I love that. Masoom, thanks for sharing if you're watching. And another one by that was okay, so now I heard some sound from that one. All right, so this one is by Annie Yang. Let's take a look at her video here. Oh, I hear some sound. Wonder if you guys can hear it. Start your stretch, go for a walk. Amazing. And I love your icons too, so cute. That looked great. Oh, that's about all the time that we have left for today. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Be sure to share your work in Discord and I'll give you some feedback. And don't go anywhere because in about 5 minutes we've got our draw along with Kyle Webster, and I will be back here again tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific for our last challenge of these 2 weeks. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye!